So latest update. Working on the idea that this is a hybrid and trying to cram as much stuff into it as possible based on the buttons, encoders, etc. I have. I started looking at adding wavetables to each oscillator. So currently the oscillators are fairly conventional. If I turn the oscillator wave, you've got saw, sine, reverse square, etc. All the usual waves. But if I push the encoder button, it then reverts to wavetables, and the wavetables are arranged in 63 banks. There was going to be 64, but one of the banks was actually a stereo bank and wouldn't play. So 64 wavetable banks with up to 158 wavetables in each one. Some of them only have 8, so most of them have around 100. So that's actually around 4,000 wavetables. Now in wavetable mode you can scroll through the wavetable and you can see there it's saying oscillator table A, the bank number it's on, and the table, the wave in the bank, and you can see there's 100 in table in that bank one. What I've done is I use that if you're in table mode, the PWM and the pulse width aren't used anymore, so I've used them to increment the table bank. So I'm turning the PWM control now, and you can see that the bank number is going up. First 20 banks don't have a name, but after that they're based on actual instruments or sound sources. So, for example, there's a clavinet somewhere in here. If I can find it. There we go. Clavinet. Wavetable. And there's actually 33 different clavinet waves. So each bank contains different amounts of wavetables, and I've taken that into consideration when scrolling through. Now each oscillator is capable of this, so basically oscillator C at the moment is still a conventional sine, saw, whatever. But again, if I push, so oscillator B, if I push the encoder button, it switches to a wavetable, and the same with C. So all three of them can be wavetables, or all three of them can be conventional, or any combination of. It's up to you. So what I've done is I've added an 8 megabyte PSRAM chip to the Teensy, and at boot time I load the 4,000 and odd wavetables off the SD card and into the external RAM and in the PSRAM, so they can be accessed quickly, and only takes a second or two to do that, so it's very quick, and they're all there and available to use. So effectively this is now a conventional wave and wavetables. I mean, you could class the conventional waves as wavetables really, because it is a virtual analog synthesizer, but obviously you can't do things like pulse width modulation on the wavetables, but you can do it on the conventional waves, which is why you have two controls here for pulse width and pulse width modulation on each VCO, but they just get repurposed into wavetable banks in wavetable mode. And that's about it.